Thanks, Nicolas. Thanks for taking part in Hydrogen 3. It's obviously a pleasure to have you part of the series. For the purpose of the video, do you mind just giving us an overview of who you are and the business that you represent?
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Nicolas Pocard. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Strategic Partnerships for Ballard Power System. Ballard is a global company, headquartered based in Canada. So I'm talking to you today from beautiful Vancouver. And so Ballard is basically a manufacturer of fuel cell products. So we have a range of fuel cell engine and fuel cell power systems for heavy duty and stationary applications. The company employs around 1,200 people globally. We have a strong presence in North America, Europe, and China. And we basically develop, produce, and service fuel cell products using PEM technology.
Fantastic. Well, the first question I have is regarding the hype around the sector. But in terms of hydrogen, what role do you see in it playing in enabling us meet our net zero targets?
Yeah, no, I think hydrogen is going to play a key role. I don't think there's going to be one solution to address the problem of climate emergency. We're going to need a number of solutions, and hydrogen is one part of the solution we have. And I believe hydrogen will play a really key role in the decarbonization in some of the sectors of the economy, which are harder to abate. And we look at the emission. If you look at industry, and they are part of the industry, in the steel, on ammonia, and also heating, blending with natural gas, decarbonization of the sector are really hard, as well as the heavy duty mobility. We are not going to be able to plug every single vehicle that we have today operating with diesel or gasoline into an electric and plug them to the grid. It's just not realistic. It's not feasible. It's going to be extremely costly. Or grid or power generation, the way we are generating electricity today, we're not allowed to do that. So we need more than one solution. Battery, electric, and plugging is great. It works very well for some of the vehicles, light duty vehicles which have a use cycle which is compatible with being able to plug your vehicle for some hours to recharge them. But we're going to need more than one solution, and hydrogen provide that alternative solution to complement electrification of vehicle using the grid. So hydrogen represents this alternative low carbon energy stream that we can bring into our economy, and it will enable the decarbonization of buses and trucks on the rail and marine sector. All those applications have something in common. They need a lot of energy in order to operate those vehicles. And one of the big advantages of hydrogen is the energy density by weight. So you can pack a lot of energy on a vehicle without impacting the weight of the vehicle, so without impacting the load carrying ability of the vehicle, passengers or goods, and be able also to be refueled very quickly. So when you look at a commercial vehicle, which operates for a very long time, many hours on the road and multiple shifts, because as you are switching to electric vehicles, which are more expensive than diesel vehicles, the fleet operators are going to be able, they want and they need to operate those vehicles more. They need to utilize the assets better. So multiple shift operation, maybe even 2 to 3 shifts. So those vehicles can be on the road all the time. And if you do that, you need to minimize the refueling or recharging time. So hydrogen really provides that solution to have a lot of energy without compromising the load of the vehicle, enabling very long routes, enabling long hours of operation, minimizing the recharging time. So you better utilize a commercial vehicle. So I think for those sectors, hydrogen and fuel cell will play a key role in the decarbonization. But I really want to, people say, oh, it's either one or the other, it's a fight between battery electric and hydrogen. No, we need both. We need, and I think by having both technology, battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell, we're going to be able to have a deeper decarbonization of our economy, a faster one, because we can build, those infrastructure, in parallel, and they don't hurt each other, and actually they will enable each other, so we can have a faster, deeper, and at the end of the day, cheaper decarbonization of our economy if we use both technology and they work together in order to achieve our goals of net zero.
Next question I have really, we're seeing a lot of investment, partnerships, MOUs. Businesses are integrating and buying other businesses and adding them to the portfolio as well. But there's a lot of positives surrounding the sector. But what challenges do you see that we face moving forward?
I think we need to go from the planning to the execution. So now it's time to do it. I think it took a while to agree that hydrogen will play a critical role in decarbonization. So it took a while for the industry, for the government to realize that, yes, this is a tool that absolutely we need. Now, what we are seeing lately is a lot of announcements. Companies are starting to look at how they can, invest capital in hydrogen economy, invest in projects in order to scale up the production of low carbon hydrogen, and that's absolutely essential. We're not going to, the first step in that, I would say, hydrogen revolution or deployment of hydrogen at scale. We need to scale up the production of green and blue hydrogen, and I think a lot of government have been focusing on that. Announcements have been made. Now we need to break the ground. We need to build up those projects. We need to bring vehicle to the road. So I think now as an industry, with the support of government and the financial sector, now is the time for execution. We really need to make it happen. We need to build those large-scale electrolyzer. We need to build those fleet of vehicles, and we need to bring capital in order to finance those projects. So I think now the planning, the thinking is done. Yeah. We need to work in execution. It's time to do it. We don't have time. We are running out of time. So and the technology is available. We can build electrolyzer. We can build fleet of fuel cell vehicle. We have the technology, and by scaling up, we're going to be able to then meet the cost reduction objective on both sides, electrolyzer and on the fuel cell technology.
I do have it. It's more regarding the business you represent. So, what role will Ballard play developing the value chain this year and throughout the rest of the decade, really?
So at Ballard, we are on the demand side. So we are providing demand through our partners. So we make fuel cell engines. So we're developing a technology which is going to enable fuel cell buses and trucks and fuel cell powertrain and fuel cell power marine vessels. So as we are developing those hydrogen hubs or hydrogen valleys, which are going to have this centralized or regional production of large, low carbon hydrogen units, those are going to need demand. If you want investors to invest in large-scale hydrogen production projects, they need to have the certainty there is a demand for it. And this is a role at Ballard. We are on the demand side. We are working with our partners on bus OEM, truck OEM, vehicle integrators, and marine and rail OEM or propulsion system integrator. We are bringing the application. So we're going to be able to say, well, if you develop 20, 30, 100 megawatt production of green hydrogen in this region, we can bring fuel cell buses, trucks, and train or marine vessels which are going to use that fuel and that green fuel. So that's what we are focusing on. We are investing a lot at Ballard in accelerating our product roadmap, accelerating our cost reduction, investing along with our partners to bring fuel cell buses and trucks to the market faster, looking at how we can remove some of the adoption barriers so we can really bring those vehicles to the market and execute on a cost reduction, because at the end of the day, we need to offer to the fleet users, operators of those vehicles, an attractive TCO. And the TCO is made of having affordable, low carbon fuel, as well as an affordable vehicle, which meets the demand of the operation. So that's our focus, is really to bring the technology, bring fuel cell engine, affordable fuel cell engine to the market and work with our partners. So we are working a lot with vehicle integrators in order to accelerate and bring those vehicles to market very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And I completely agree with you as well. The concept has been proven, hasn't it? We're there. We just need to all work together as an industry to ensure it's delivered, really. And I know Ballard are doing everything they can to achieve that. And once again, I do really appreciate you taking part, and the Boss Energy team. We wish you the best for the rest of 2022 as well.
Well, thank you very much, George. I really appreciate the opportunity and all the best to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicolas.